I would like to take this opportunity, first of all, to introduce myself. My name is Siraj Walisibi. I'm a teacher of English language at Green Hope University, and this university is located at along Al Makarama Road near Ajibasto. First of all, I would like also to reach out to our dear students, our parents, the management of Green Hope University for having taken this noble cause to help students here in Mogadishu to learn English language. You know, English is now a very important language, and it is an international language purposely for communication. We are here this afternoon with my colleague, and my colleague will come later. But I would like to discuss some of the observations that we have come across while we are teaching our students. First of all, I would like to thank our students, those ones who have gone through our hands and those who are still in our hands, for their good cooperation and interest they have shown uh, at learning English language. Well, you know, when you are a teacher, learn your learners as well as you teach them, especially learning a language is not a simple matter. It requires concentration, requires self-determination. For example, here in Somalia, English is not so much rooted among people, but Alhamdulillah, many of you are showing interest, and we are here to share uh, experiences and see how we can make this language simple, because learning a new language requires step by step. However, in our interaction with our students over time, we have seen that one of the major problems why our students here take a little bit longer to learn English language is that they have fear in them. But this one has been handled very well. Actually, one of the serious work we do is to see that we talk to our students one to one, and then we identify the personal weaknesses within our students, like fear. There is a way we work on fear, and then you find that the students is able to speak within a very short time. Probably here at Green Hope University, we handle our language teaching in a very special way. We first of all, uh, we analyze the needs of the learner. Then thereafter, we interact the interests of the learner, because here learners have different needs. Some people, they come when they want to learn speaking. Others, they want to learn more of written. Others, they want to take a full blast course, because we offer all the skills here: grammar, listening and watching, reading and writing. But our emphasis is more about speaking, because we have discovered that Many of our students who come to our learning center at Green Hope University, they can hear, they can write, but the major problem is speaking. But as I told you earlier, that one of the reasons that why students have not been speaking is fear in them. Then another problem that we observe and have also tried to work on it is lack of confidence. Many learners, they believe that they cannot speak, having studied English language from different learning centers, but because they have failed to develop confidence, then they take it that English is very difficult. But when you come to Green Hope University, we help you to develop that confidence within you, and you feel yourself, and you feel that you can speak English language perfectly. English itself is not a big problem. What is very important to you as a learner, you just need to cooperate with your teachers. And actually here we are very cooperative. We interact with our learners at any time. And for you, you are very lucky here. When it comes to social media, you are a little bit up. So we use so many channels to see that we really assist our students as far as uh, English speaking is concerned. Another reason also we have also observed, and we are trying also to talk to our learners, maybe to change their attitude. You know, learning requires a lot of attention. Like, for example, I remember when I was learning what we call effective learning, three things must be in place. The head must be ready to learn. You remember the intellectual part of learning is in the head, the brain. The heart should be there. Definitely, if the heart is not part of the class, you'll find out that learning is not going on well. So you make sure that the heart is there, and you make sure that the hand is working. You know, Allah created a human being as a one thing, and all these parts of the body must work hand in hand in order to produce an output. In this case, when I talk about an output, I'm referring to the knowledge the teacher gives. Okay, you make sure that when you are in class, the hand is is doing something. It's noting down something what the teacher has spoken, and it seems to be new to you. And you make sure that the brain pays attention and the attitude is there. Then you listen to the guidelines of the teacher. If you do all those three things at the same time during the learning process, definitely you will take a shorter period to learn English speaking. You know, a small interaction, like for example, I've also observed the misuse of phones in class. You know, brain is a very sensitive thing. It's like when you switch on your phone and then you switch it huh, off. Definitely, what you press is what the phone does. In the same way, if your brain is not well focused towards learning, then it becomes a little bit difficult to pick the concept as the teacher has put it to you in class. So please, our students and parents, we are requesting you to send your children because we teach English language to almost all learners of different levels. So what we do actually, we divide them according to their levels. If the child is still in the primary, we prefer putting the primary going learners in their own section. And also those ones in high school, we also put them in their own class. And those one at higher level, here we can mix those ones at the university level and those ones who have finished the university already and those ones who are having masters, those ones they can compete because they are at almost at the same level. We also attend to special attentions. Like there are some people they can, English. We have got two forms of English. You find somebody is very good at spoken, but when you give that person a pen and a piece of paper to write for you one paragraph, it becomes a very big problem. So therefore, we ask you to come to Green Hope University and get all these skills of English language in the way they are supposed to be. I understand you will not regret when you come to our center because we have all the facilities that are necessary for you to learn English very well. We also uh, involve our students during the learning process. Actually, this is one of the ways through which we build the confidence in our learners. You know, coming out, standing amidst other fellow students or in front of fellow students and maybe other people is not easy. It comes by experience, and that is practice. I just to remind you the way when you are still a younger kid, the way you started walking, eh? You would stand up and then fall, you would stand up and then fall. So don't get discouraged by the number of times you have tried to learn English and failed to speak. Let Green Hope University be the final solution for you because I understand when you come to our learning center at Green Hope University next to Haji Baston, you will be able to master, especially speaking, in few months because our program is organized in 1 year, 12 months. That is, we assume that if we have never stepped in an English class, it will take you 12 months to speak good English. But if you have been learning English along with your other courses in the faculties where you study, then it may require you about 9 months. And we have observed one thing which actually should be changed. The attitude of the students should change in one way or the other. The student comes and say, I want to start at an intermediate level. Yes, that one is very nice. But if you feel that your problem is speaking, then we as teachers, we are aware that your problem is not in intermediate level. Your problem always is at the grassroots level. You know, if you did not understand right away from the personal pronouns and how you use these personal pronouns, you join them with the verbs and then the object, and then you form a good sentence in grammar, then it becomes a little bit difficult. So mainly, our advice, because we are here to listen to one another, would be that first of all, take your time, come and visit our office. We have got two campuses, but we have a separate campus for English language, and it's called Campus 2. You come and see the management. We are always there to receive you, attend to you, interact with you, listen to one another, and then we advise accordingly. I know by the time you leave our premises on your first visit, you will go back as a different person. And you will obviously be in position also to tell another person, a family member or a friend or a person who is distant from where you are, to come and be able to join English language at Green Hope University. I understand English is not an easy thing, and many parents are finding it a big problem. But I also take this opportunity to also talk to the parents outside there. Actually, first of all, allow me to thank some specific parents. I'm not going to mention their names, who actually uh, make a follow-up on their children. Actually, such children whose parents make a follow-up, they perform far better than those one whose parents are unable to make a follow-up. You know, parents do a lot of work in their children, and our success definitely is worked out or contributed by our parents. We are right now because of our parents. And as you, as learners, always make sure that you give a good report to your parents. Don't simply get the books, you come back, you go back, and the parents has never heard you uttering any statement in English. Now, how do you convince that parent that you're really learning English? Eh? You should be also able to encourage your parent in one or the other. Maybe if the parent is seated besides you and you are listening to BBC, then you be able to translate the information you are listening from BBC to him or her. Say, Hoyo, Abo, I'm listening to BBC, but this is what they are talking about. Either they are talking about Somalia or they are talking about something very interesting and relevant to you as a Somali or as a family. I think that one can also motivate a parent to work very hard to look for money and pay for you. We know Yes, things outside there financially are not good, but I would also like to maybe tell you this, that much as there could be some financial problems here and there, it doesn't mean that you should not bring your child to study English language. Always hear the management, I think, can listen. And like, for example, here in Somalia, the families are big. If you have 5 children all want to study the English language, and you are bringing them to Green Hope University at the same time, why don't you talk to the management, and then they say, okay, you have 5 children, yes. Now you pay for the 3 or the 4, they the one study without pay. I think that one can help. And you find that even maybe they can share the books, because it is very important for a learner to have books while he's in class. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to first of all thank you for the time you have taken listening to us. Next time, inshallah, will come with along with some of our students whom we have been talking about, and they were struggling with the language before, but right now uh, I want you to listen and see and hear them speaking. I think they will be giving a good testimony by themselves. Thank you so much for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Siraje Warusimbi, for what you have explained about English language at Green Hope University. In the first place, I would also like to introduce myself. I am by names of Ashraf Yasin Matovu. I'm also a teacher of English at the Green Hope University. Basically, to add on what Mr. Siraji has said, at the Green Hope University, we have a motto. We have a motto at the English Learning Center that practice makes perfect. And we do our teaching towards that motto. Learning a new language, as we normally tell our students, can be compared to a younger child to learning how to make a step, the first step to walk. The more that child tries to make a step ahead by practicing, the more that child is likely to move very fast. Likewise, coming to our English language course, the more students try to make practice in speaking, in writing, in reading, the more these students are likely to be perfect. Normally, many students come to me. Almost every day, they come to me and say, "Teacher, I have a question." Hey, okay, please, what is your question? Teacher, I want to know how to speak English fluently. Normally, I take time and listen to that student, and I know whether that student is really willing to speak English language fluently as he has actually asked. Me, I normally reply to that question that you go and practice. Go and practice. Go and practice. Make practice every day. Then, when you don't find practicing appropriate to you, then you come back to teacher Ashraf and say, Ashraf, your advice did not work. Then when you say your advice did not work, we look for other solutions. But here at Green Hope, all the tactics we use to train students are basically very necessary for students to learn English perfectly. Which means if you learn English perfectly, you are able to speak perfectly, write perfectly, read perfectly, and communicate perfectly. Therefore, we would like to invite all of the students. We'd like to invite all of the students outside there to come and join us. To come and join us. We already have the classes that are going on, and students are already appreciating, and some of them, inshallah, maybe will come one time and testify that. There are those who didn't know how to say, how are you? In English, because of fear, but because of the efforts we as teachers have tried to put in, these students, alhamdulillah, are able to express themselves in English. They are able to communicate. There is no upset, no fear now. There is no fear now. Then another question what students normally ask about us is about us being foreigners. That teacher, how? You are a Ugandan, how teach Somali? No. We normally answer that question also appropriately. Those who have come to us also can help us to answer that question. They first feel like we shall not understand. But at the end of the day, when they come, they feel at home. They understand whatever we tell them. That is another thing. Another thing that is hindering, that is affecting most students in our college or in our university is absenteeism. Most students don't normally come to attend to classes regularly. That one also can hinder or can sabotage a student from speaking English language perfectly. Okay. Another one is another problem we normally face or that students face is not turning up on the speaking day. We normally reserve Wednesday. Every Wednesday per week is a speaking day, one-on-one. From morning up to 5, speaking, practice. Though practice is done every time in class, but Wednesday was reserved for a speaking day, a practice day, a day for practice, for making practice. But the students look at it as a holiday. They don't come. that also somehow affect their speaking speaking kind of English language becomes a problem. Then I am calling upon all of the viewers to come and check in and at least have a check-in at our campus, as my colleague already informed you where the location is. It is at the Haji Pastor, near the Haji Pastor Mosque. That is where we are located. And also, for more information, I think the numbers of our managers are well displayed on the screen. You will call in and find out more and more about us. Finally, I would like to talk about another major problem that Somali students face while trying to learn English language, or in the process of learning English language, is changing from one English center to another English center. That one also becomes a problem. First of all, different English centers have got different English teaching ways. They have got different ways of teaching English. So which means when you shift from one center to another center, it means that you are going to begin. You will always be a beginner. You will never make a step ahead. My advice would be, if you come at Green Hope University, establish yourself there. Any problem, instead of running away, ask the teachers. We are friendly too. Me and my colleague and the other teachers are friendly. To the extent that after the lessons, classroom lessons, we have outside, I may not call it a lesson, interaction. We interact. How are you? How is your family? We make practice for at least more 15 minutes, one-on-one with the student. How are you? How is your family? As they also try to teach me, some Somali vocabularies. We share a lot. We share a lot about our families, about our hobbies. What is your hobby? What do you like most? You see, we share a lot in English. At the end of the day, when I meet such a kind of students, especially social students, the ones we share with, in the morning, the following day, I find them improved. They improve every day. Sometimes I also wonder, you man, you have improved so much. Do you make practice throughout the whole night? Yes, so that kind of encouragement that we give to our students also is very important, and the students appreciate. In conclusion, I would like to thank our management for organizing such an important show to come live and talk to our viewers outside there. Thank you, and thank you very much for the management for organizing such an important show. And I would like to call upon all of the viewers, all those who have not viewed this, can be informed by you viewers that Green Hope university has got the solution for English speaking problems and can inform them to come and have a visit to our office for registration. And we look forward to indeed helping you in as far as English speaking is concerned. Thank you, and thank you very much. Inshallah, we look forward to meeting you at Green Hope University. Assalamu alaikum.